Hi, welcome to ustudy.in and this is Lakshmi Anand. In this session, we shall see about the web designing laboratory of IT department and we shall deal with experiment number 4, create a web page that provides links to 5 different websites. We are going to create a small web page with just 5 links to external websites. So the links that I have chosen for this particular tutorial are the W3 schools. W3 schools is a website which teaches you basic HTML. You can learn about HTML, browser scripting, XML, CSS and a lot more about internet and web designing. And then the second link is a text editor called Notepad++. I really recommend that you download and use this particular software text editor to edit your HTML files. The other websites, well, we'll see about them in a minute. Shall we start creating? I hope you are ready. In this tutorial, I'm going to use Notepad++. Now let's create a basic HTML file. Now let's type in the basic HTML elements like HTML bar HTML and then the heading and then the body tag. Add the title for the page and close it with /title. And then we can add in the elements in the body which actually display the links. So I chose to use unordered list. So let us type in an UL tag, which means an unordered list. It has to be closed with a corresponding /UL tag. And then let's choose an li tag. We have to close all the individual bullet elements with the /li tag. And each bulleted element is actually a link. The syntax of the anchor tag is going to be a href equal to and then the URL of the page you want to link to, and this is the text that should be displayed to the user or the viewer of your web page. And I've typed in all the 5 links to save you time, and then I've saved them as HTML file. You will know the advantages of Notepad++ rather than using a simple notepad. First of all, you have multiple tabs and then it has syntax highlighting. You can even close them and expand them. So I'm just going to click save and I'm going to take a look at what this looks like. Another advantage of using Notepad++ is that you can straight away launch the HTML file in Firefox here. So I'm going to click launch in Firefox and then it's going to show up in the Firefox window. So here we have a page. This is exactly what we wanted to do, right? Hey, I forgot to tell you about the other 3 links. Third link is a link to the W3 HTML validator. As you know, HTML is a standard. When we say it's a standard, we mean that it has been precisely defined. World Wide Web Consortium has said this is correct HTML and this is not. So what we're going to do is use their online validator, their HTML validator, to find out if the HTML that we wrote is correct or not. Just paste the HTML as we are going to do now. Okay, so we have pasted and now let me click on check. Error found while checking this document as HTML 4.01 transitional. It has found 1 errors and has 4 warnings. So what exactly are the errors? Okay, on line 1 and column 1, no document type declaration implying doc type. Oh, doc type? What is that? What is a doc type? Welcome to writing correct HTML. See, a doc type is a declaration which specifies what standard your HTML is compliant to. It is actually essential for a proper HTML file to have a doc type declaration. Only then the browser will know whether it is HTML 4.0 strict or transitional or it is an XHTML document or whatever. Look guys, the browser can still display the web page correctly even without the doc type or writing proper HTML. But the fact that you're listening to this video means that you want to write very good HTML, and so go find out what a doc type is. A doc type is an instruction to the web browser about what version of the markup language the page is written in. We have HTML 4.01 strict, we have HTML 4.01 transitional, HTML 4.01 frame set, XHTML 1.0 strict, 1.0 transitional, 1.0 frame set, and 1.1. You have to include this in the very first line of your HTML file before even the HTML tag. If you're going to follow transitional HTML 4.0 and transitional, which I believe is enough, you can include this text. This has to be typed in as such with all the casing, uppercase and lower casing, very accurate. So you better copy this and paste. Don't try to type it down. Let us follow HTML transitional, which is the most easiest thing to follow. I'm just going to paste this right here. Let's see what it looks like. Pretty much the same, not much of a difference. Okay, we are going to check whether our HTML is proper. We are going to return to our W3 web validator, HTML validator, and find out whether it's okay. I'm just going to clear out the whole thing, copy the new HTML, paste it here, and revalidate. Okay, now it says this document was successfully checked as HTML 4.01 transitional. Okay, congratulations. So we don't have any errors, and our page is now officially W3C HTML 4.01 compliant, and you can actually display the images to claim that you have written very good proper HTML if you want. Okay, why don't we just try to write some HTML document which actually is a HTML 4.01 strict. What are the differences? What are the differences between HTML 4.01 transitional and HTML 4.01 strict? Well, the basic important difference is that in HTML 4.01 strict, you cannot include presentational or other depreciated items like font. Why? Because HTML is supposed to contain the content of the document and the overall structure of it, and it must not specify how it must be displayed on the page. That is the job of CSS. If you're going to write good HTML, you must not use fonts, you must not use center or whatever. Let's try to make our document strict by copying this and just changing this from HTML loose, that is transitional, to HTML strict, and see if our document is okay with the strict specification. Oh, there are errors. We have two errors, and they are well, you should not use a center element. Okay, and then BR tag. Okay, these are the two big errors in the document. Let's try to fix that. Here's our document with strict. We are going to remove the center tag, as HTML 4.01 strict cannot contain the center tag. So how are we going to center this? We can use CSS, as I told you. Maybe I can create a separate CSS text document, or I can use inline CSS. Type in text align equal to center, and that's it. It must be centered by now. Let's check that out. Okay, that's it. We got it centered again, but this time it is using inline CSS. Okay, now it's time to look at what the fourth link is about. It's about an add-in for the Firefox browser so that you can validate your HTML from the browser itself. Now let me check our page. Here's the page that we converted to HTML strict, and this is Firefox HTML validator validating the file for us. It's got one error. It says that you cannot use the element BR here and remove the BR tag also. Let me save it this time and then launch it in Firefox, and here, voila, we got it. The HTML validator has approved our page. Congratulations, we have written a page which is HTML 4.01 strict. Wow, that's great. Let's celebrate it. So what about the last link? I really encourage you to take a look at it. So that was exercise number 4 of Internet and Web Design Lab. This is Lakshmi Anand for ustudy.in. Thank you and have a great day.